Why this tiny forest animal is farming's next big gold mine. Part 1. Introduction. The unexpected forest treasure. In the vast forests of Southeast Asia, there exists a mysterious, shy creature that most people have only heard about in legends but rarely seen with their own eyes, the cheo. Also known internationally as the mouse deer. At first glance, many mistake it for a rabbit, a small goat, or even a strange cross between a deer and a rodent. In fact, the cheo is considered the world's smallest hoofed mammal, weighing only a few pounds, with delicate legs as thin as pencils, and eyes as bright as gemstones. For generations, villagers told stories of this animal as a symbol of both mystery and fortune. In Vietnamese folktales, the cheo is often portrayed as clever, quick, and resourceful, able to escape danger despite its small size. And today, this little forest dweller is no longer just part of old stories. It is becoming a real gold mine for modern farmers. Why the cheo? Traditional livestock models like chickens, pigs, or cattle face constant challenges. Disease outbreaks that wipe out entire herds. Feed prices that climb higher every year. Market oversupply leading to volatile prices. By contrast, the cheo offers something completely different. Unique appeal. With its rarity and exotic image, the cheo attracts huge curiosity from restaurants, eco parks, and wildlife enthusiasts. Seedling simple feeding, they thrive on leaves, fruits, and farm byproducts, cheap and readily available. Home low space requirements. Even small enclosures are enough for them to live comfortably. Dollar note high market value. Cheo meat is considered a delicacy. While live animals are in demand for conservation projects, tourism, and breeding, this creates a rare opportunity where supply is scarce but demand keeps rising. Farmers who venture into cheo farming can achieve stable profits without competing against overcrowded, high-risk markets. A new chapter in farming. Across Vietnam and beyond, pioneering farmers are beginning to see cheo not just as a wild animal, but as a sustainable business model. From eco-tourism parks that showcase them as a living treasure, to restaurants eager to feature their meat as a luxury dish, to households raising them as specialty livestock, the potential is vast. This video will take you deep into the world of cheo. Discover their natural biology and habits. Learn the secrets of building safe, effective housing. Master techniques for feeding, care, and reproduction. Explore real-life success stories of families who transformed their lives through this model. Right finger by the end. You'll understand why the cheo, once a shy forest creature, is now hailed as the next big opportunity in modern farming. A true farmer's alley for those ready to step into the future of agriculture. Part 2. Biological characteristics and natural behavior of the cheo. The cheo, or mouse deer, may be tiny in size, but it carries enormous biological and ecological value. To farm them successfully, it's important to first understand their physical traits, habits, and adaptability. 1. Physical characteristics. World's smallest hoofed mammal. Adult cheo weigh only 2 to 5 kilograms, 4 to 11 pounds, depending on the species. Their bodies are small and compact, with thin legs resembling chopsticks. Unique appearance. At first glance, they look like a mix between a rabbit and a miniature deer. They have big, round eyes, a pointed snout, and no antlers. Fur color. Usually brownish-gray with lighter underbellies, allowing them to blend perfectly with dry leaves in the forest. Hooves. Though small, they are true cloven-hoofed animals, just like cows, goats, and deer. Teeth. Males have elongated canine teeth that protrude slightly, giving them a distinctive, fang-like look. 2. Natural distribution. Cheo are native to Southeast Asia, especially Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Indonesia. They typically live in tropical forests, dense shrublands, areas near streams or bamboo groves. In Vietnam, they are most often found in central and southern forests. 3. Diet and feeding habits. Cheo or herbivores. Their diet mainly consists of young leaves, fruits, shoots and roots, farm byproducts such as banana stems, cassava leaves, and sweet potato vines. This makes them inexpensive and easy to feed. Unlike pigs or poultry, they don't need commercial feed. Their ability to thrive on natural vegetation is a huge cost advantage for farmers. 4. Behavior. Shy and nocturnal. Cheo are naturally timid. They usually hide during the day and become more active at night. Solitary lifestyle. They prefer living alone or in pairs rather than large groups. Territorial. Males often mark their territory with scent glands. Gentle temperament. Unlike aggressive livestock, cheo rarely fight and are easy to manage once accustomed to captivity. 5. Reproduction. Breeding age. Cheo mature at around 6 to 8 months. Gestation. About 140 to 160 days. Approximately equals 5 months. Litter size. Usually 1 offspring per pregnancy, though occasionally 2. Breeding frequency. A healthy female can produce 2 litters per year. While their reproduction rate is not as high as rabbits or dewey, their high market value compensates for the slower breeding cycle. 6. Adaptability to farming. Although once considered purely wild animals, cheo have shown strong adaptability in captivity when pens are quiet, shaded, and mimic natural habitats. Their diet remains plant-based and varied. Stress is minimized during care and handling. Farmers who have raised them confirm that cheo are hardy, disease-resistant, and require little medical intervention. Checkmark. In short, the cheo is a rare, gentle, and unique species with simple needs, low feed costs, and high resilience. Its exotic look and valuable meat make it a promising candidate for specialty livestock farming. Part 3. Economic value and market demand for the cheo. For centuries, the cheo, mouse deer, was mostly known as a mysterious forest animal, occasionally hunted by locals for food. But in recent years, it has transformed into a high-value commodity with growing demand in both domestic and international markets. 1. Culinary value. A delicacy in restaurants. Cheo meat is prized as a luxury delicacy. Lean, tender, and rich in protein. Low in fat, healthy for diners seeking exotic but nutritious food. Often compared to venison, deer meat, but with a lighter, more delicate flavor. In high-end restaurants, cheo dishes are presented as rare specialties. Steamed with herbs, grilled over charcoal, braised with wild spices, stir-fried with lemongrass and chili. Because supply is limited, prices are extremely high, often exceeding common livestock like pork, chicken, or even beef. In some specialty restaurants, cheo meat can reach $30 to $50 per kilogram, rivaling premium seafood. 2. Ecotourism and wildlife parks. Beyond food, the cheo's unique appearance makes it a star attraction in ecotourism and conservation parks. Visitors are fascinated by its miniature deer-like body, large sparkling eyes, shy and gentle behavior. Zoos and wildlife centers in Vietnam and abroad are actively seeking cheo for exhibition and breeding programs, further raising their economic value. 3. Breeding stock for farmers. With demand rising, many farmers and young entrepreneurs are investing in cheo farming. Healthy breeding pairs are sold at premium prices. A pair of cheo can cost hundreds of dollars depending on size, age, and quality. This creates a second income stream for farmers, not only selling meat but also providing breeding stock. 4. Export potential. As global consumers become more interested in exotic meats and rare livestock, cheo is beginning to attract attention from Chinese and Southeast Asian specialty food markets, wildlife conservation groups, exotic animal farms in Europe and the Middle East. If farmed systematically and legally, cheo has the potential to become a profitable export product, similar to how ostriches or deer farming developed in other countries. 5. Supply-demand imbalance. A golden chance. The biggest reason why cheo farming is a rising opportunity is the huge supply gap. Wild populations are declining due to habitat loss and overhunting. Farm-based cheo numbers are still very limited. Demand in restaurants, zoos, and breeding markets far exceeds supply. Right finger, this imbalance creates a golden opportunity for early adopters. Farmers who start now can secure markets, build trust with buyers, and enjoy premium prices with little competition. Checkmark. In summary, the cheo is not just a shy forest animal. It is becoming a valuable agricultural resource with multiple income streams: meat, ecotourism, breeding stock, and even export potential. With strong demand and limited supply, this model offers farmers a rare chance to enter a high-profit, low-competition niche. Part 4. Housing and effective farming models for cheo. The cheo may be a wild animal by nature, but with the right housing and care, it adapts surprisingly well to farming. The first and most important step for any farmer is to design enclosures that suit their natural habits: quiet, shady, and secure. 1. General principles for housing. To raise cheo successfully, their pens must replicate elements of the forest environment. Quiet environment. Cheo are timid and easily stressed. Avoid noisy areas, traffic, or places with constant human disturbance. Cool and shaded. They dislike strong sunlight and heat. Pens should be built under trees, near bamboo groves, or roofed with shade material. Dry and clean. Floors should be cemented or covered with sand and leaves to keep them dry and comfortable. Drainage is essential to prevent dampness. Secure fencing. Cheo are small and agile. Enclosures must be fenced with brick, wire mesh, or wooden planks to prevent escape. Natural elements. Add piles of leaves, small logs, or bushes inside the pen to mimic their wild habitat and reduce stress. 2. Small-scale household model. Target: families who want to start with low capital. Scale: a small backyard shed or pen of 10 to 20 square meters is enough for several pairs. Advantages: minimal investment, easy daily care, suitable for learning techniques step by step. Disadvantages: profits are limited at first, mainly for experience and local supply. 3. Medium-scale farm model. Target: farmers who already have some experience and market connections. Scale: 50 to 100 square meters with dozens of cheo. Advantages: ability to supply restaurants and traders consistently. Higher profits from both meat and breeding stock. Disadvantages: requires better management of feeding, hygiene, and disease prevention. 4. Large-scale commercial model. Target: professional investors or cooperatives. Scale: hundreds of square meters, with several hundred cheo. Advantages: potential for large profits, opportunity to connect with ecotourism parks and export markets. Disadvantages: demands higher capital, needs systematic breeding programs and careful record keeping. 5. Real-world examples. Mr. Hung, Quang Nam Province, started with just a few pairs of cheo in his garden. After 3 years, his herd grew to nearly 100 animals. He now supplies breeding stock across central Vietnam and earns hundreds of millions of VND annually. Ms. Lan, Dong Nai Province, raised cheo alongside other specialty animals like civets and porcupines. By combining ecotourism with farming, she created a diversified income model, attracting visitors while selling breeding stock. Checkmark. Lesson learned: whether small or large, success depends on building safe, natural-like housing. A quiet, shaded, and well-maintained environment helps cheo adapt, reproduce, and thrive. Part 5. Why choose cheo farming? For many farmers, the big question is, why should I raise cheo instead of chickens, pigs, or cows? The answer lies in the unique advantages of this model compared to traditional livestock. 1. Low initial investment. No need for large land areas or expensive barns. Pens can be built in small gardens, backyards, or unused corners of the farm. Materials are simple: brick, bamboo, wood, or wire mesh. Right finger. Even households with limited capital can start with just a few pairs of cheo. 2. Cheap and abundant feed. Cheo thrive on leaves, fruits, and agricultural byproducts, banana stems, cassava leaves, sweet potato vines, jackfruit leaves, etc. These feeds are cheap or even free. Available year-round in rural areas. No need for costly industrial feed like poultry or pig farming. Light bulb. This means very low operating costs and much higher profit margins. 3. High market demand and stable prices. Cheo meat is a luxury delicacy in specialty restaurants. Breeding stock is in demand among new farmers and ecotourism centers. Prices remain stable and often higher than traditional livestock. Right finger. While poultry and pork markets fluctuate, cheo farming enjoys consistent high value. 4. Hardy and disease resistant. Unlike chickens, ducks, or pigs, cheo rarely suffer from widespread epidemics. With clean housing and natural feed, they grow strong without requiring expensive veterinary care. This reduces risks and protects farmers' investments. 5. Low labor requirements. Cheo are calm, gentle animals that require little daily care. Feeding and cleaning once or twice a day is enough. Suitable for part-time farmers, retirees, or those combining multiple models. 6. Long-term sustainability. Cheo farming isn't just about immediate profit, it also contributes to biodiversity conservation, reducing pressure on wild populations, ecotourism and education, creating new income streams, stable livelihoods for rural families. Checkmark. In summary, cheo farming is a low-cost, low-risk, high-profit model that is still very new. With simple care, cheap feed, and strong demand, it offers farmers a golden opportunity to escape the volatility of traditional livestock markets and build a more secure future. Part 6. Detailed farming techniques for cheo. Although cheo are wild by nature, their simple diet, hearty health, and calm temperament make them surprisingly easy to raise once basic techniques are followed. Success depends largely on proper housing, feeding, breeding, and disease prevention. 1. Housing design. Structure. Pens can be built from brick, bamboo, or wire mesh. Floors should be cemented or covered with sand and leaves to mimic their natural forest ground. Size. Each enclosure should be spacious enough for a pair or small group, around 4 to 6 square meters. Cheo dislike overcrowding. Environment. Shade and quiet are essential. Provide cover with branches, leaf piles, or small shelters where they can hide. Security. Fences must be high and sturdy to prevent escape. Use fine mesh to stop young animals from slipping through. Light bulb. Many farmers create semi-natural enclosures with trees, shrubs, and small water containers, allowing cheo to adapt quickly and reproduce better. 2. Feeding techniques. Main diet. Leaves, grasses, fruits, and farm byproducts such as banana stems, cassava leaves, and sweet potato vines. Supplements. Seasonal fruits like papaya, jackfruit, or guava provide extra nutrition. Schedule. Feed twice daily, morning and evening. Always supply fresh water. Tips. Rotate feed to avoid monotony. Avoid moldy or spoiled food. Provide roughage like twigs or sugarcane to help maintain healthy teeth. 3. Breeding management. Breeding age. Cheo reach maturity at 6 to 8 months. Mating ratio. 1 male with 1 to 2 females is optimal. Gestation. 140 to 160 days, about 5 months. Litter size. Usually 1 offspring. Occasionally 2. Care for newborns. Provide a quiet, stress-free pen. Limit human contact during the first weeks. Light bulb mothers are attentive and usually care well for their young. However, stress or loud noise may cause them to abandon or harm offspring. So maintaining peace and security is critical. 4. Health and disease prevention. Cheo are generally healthy and resistant, but farmers should still take preventive measures. Hygiene. Keep pens dry, clean, and well ventilated. Common issues. Diarrhea from spoiled feed. Respiratory problems in damp or drafty pens. Parasites if hygiene is neglected. Solutions. Replace food daily. Improve drainage and shelter. Use natural remedies such as guava leaves for mild diarrhea, or herbal baths for parasites. 5. Growth and harvesting timeline. At 6 to 8 months, cheo reach maturity and can be sold as breeding stock. At 10 to 12 months, they achieve market weight for meat production. Healthy individuals with good genetics should be kept for future breeding. Checkmark. In short, by focusing on natural housing, cheap and varied feed, calm breeding management, and basic hygiene, farmers can raise cheo with high survival rates and stable growth. Even beginners with no prior livestock experience can master these techniques and build a profitable herd. Part 7. Harvesting and marketing. Cheo. After months of careful raising, the final and most exciting stage is harvesting and selling cheo. This is when all the effort and investment begin to translate into profit. 1. Harvesting for meat. Market weight. Cheo are typically ready for consumption at 10 to 12 months. Weighing 2 to 3 kilograms, 4-7 pounds. Selection. Only healthy, uniform animals with strong appearance should be sold for meat. Weak or undersized animals are best kept for local consumption rather than premium markets. Delivery. Restaurants often prefer live animals to ensure freshness before processing. Farmers should handle cheo gently, as they are shy and easily stressed. Right finger with meat prices ranging from $30 to $50 per kilogram. Even a small herd can generate significant income. 2. Selling as breeding stock. This channel often brings even higher profits than meat sales. Breeding pairs. Healthy, well-shaped cheo with smooth fur and no defects can be sold to other farmers or ecotourism centers. Price. Each pair may cost several $100s, depending on age and quality. Demand. Rising quickly, as more households and farms want to enter this new, profitable niche. 3. Marketing strategies. To succeed, farmers must be proactive in finding buyers. Partner with restaurants. High-end and specialty eateries are the main market for meat. Offering steady supply builds long-term contracts. Work with traders. Middlemen buy in bulk and distribute to different regions. Promote online. Use Facebook, Zalo, or TikTok to showcase your farm and animals. Videos of live cheo attract strong curiosity. Leverage ecotourism. Combining cheo farming with small visitor tours can generate extra income while promoting your farm's reputation. 4. Profit calculation. Example. 10 cheo sold for meat at 2.5 kilograms each x $40 per kilogram equals $1. 5 breeding pairs sold at $300 each equals $1.500. Total revenue from a modest herd, $2.500. Far surpassing what the same space and feed could generate from chickens or pigs. 5. Challenges in marketing. Limited awareness. Many customers still don't know cheo can be farmed. Supply shortages. Demand from restaurants and parks often exceeds supply. Trust issues. Some traders sell wild-caught cheo as farm bred, damaging credibility. Right finger. The solution is to focus on quality, transparency, and branding. A farmer with reliable products and honest practices will secure markets and long-term profits. Checkmark. In summary, both meat and breeding sales offer high returns, with strong, stable demand. By combining multiple marketing channels, restaurants, traders, online promotion, and ecotourism, farmers can ensure steady income and even scale into regional supply. Part 8. Secrets to success and the mindset of a modern farmer. Raising cheo is not complicated. But like any business, success requires more than just following basic techniques. The true difference lies in mindset, patience, and entrepreneurial spirit. 1. Start small. Expand gradually. Many successful farmers began with only 2 to 3 pairs of cheo, raised in small backyard pens. After gaining experience in feeding, housing, and breeding, they slowly expanded their herds. Right finger lesson. Don't rush into large-scale investment. Build confidence step by step and let your herd grow naturally. 2. Keep clear records. Good farmers treat their work like a business. Record feeding schedules, breeding dates, litter sizes, and sales. Identify which animals grow fastest or reproduce best. Track income and expenses to evaluate real profit. This transforms cheo farming from a side hobby into a structured agribusiness. 3. Build networks and partnerships. Farming is no longer a solitary effort. Today, farmer groups, online communities, and cooperatives play a vital role. Learn techniques from experienced farmers. Share buyers and reduce risks through collective marketing. Access support for breeding stock, veterinary advice, and legal farming permits. Light bulb a strong network helps ensure stability and opens new opportunities. 4. Market proactively. Don't wait for buyers to find you. Go to the market yourself. Use social media to showcase your farm. Create short videos of cheo feeding or running in their pens to attract curiosity. Approach restaurants and ecotourism centers directly, offering trial supply. Develop a brand name for your farm to build trust. Right finger in modern farming. A smartphone and internet connection can be as valuable as feed and housing. 5. Adopt an entrepreneurial mindset. Traditional thinking views farming as making a living, but modern farmers must see it as building a business. Focus on efficiency, sustainability, and long-term growth. Diversify income sources, meat, breeding, ecotourism, and conservation projects. Always reinvest part of your profits into improving pens, expanding herds, or marketing. 6. Patience and persistence. Success in cheo farming doesn't come overnight. It requires steady effort and learning. Some farmers failed at first due to weak pens or improper feeding. But those who adjusted, improved, and stayed consistent eventually built strong, profitable farms. The reward: stable income, financial independence, and the pride of raising a unique species. Right finger patience turns challenges into lessons, and lessons into long-term prosperity. Closing message. From a mysterious forest animal, the cheo is now becoming a profitable, sustainable livestock model. With low investment, cheap feed, and high market demand, it offers farmers a rare chance to change their lives. This isn't just about raising animals, it's about embracing modern farming, where tradition meets innovation. With knowledge, networks, and persistence, anyone can succeed. So, if you're looking for a farming model that is low cost, low risk, but high value, the cheo may be your perfect choice, your true farmer's ally in building a better future.